The latest on the coronavirus, cases are sharply increasing across the U.S. Here in our area, elected officials say new restrictions are needed to stop the spread. A curfew is in effect in one New Jersey hotspot, and now New York City residents are gearing up for new restrictions, almost certain to come right after Thanksgiving. CBS 2's Christina Fan joins us live from the West Side with more. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Cindy. New York City could be designated as an orange zone as early as next week. Meanwhile, in Newark, New Jersey, the situation is so dire, street closures are already in place overnight. Officials in the tri-state area are sounding the alarm as we head into Thanksgiving week.
This virus doesn't know that it's Thanksgiving or Christmas or Hanukkah. It just knows it needs to reproduce in a host, and that host is us.
Officials are doubling down as hospitalizations in New Jersey have more than doubled since November 1st. Doctors say they are much better equipped to fight COVID now than during the first wave in the spring.
That time was almost felt like the Wild Wild West, you know, a wartime scenario. Right now, we feel much more in control. But again, we still have the idea, we still have the understanding that things could quickly get out of control if numbers reach a breaking point.
Mandatory curfews are in effect in 3 zip codes in Newark as the positivity rate soars over 20%. From 8 p.m. until 3 a.m. every night, barricades now block streets in the East Ward. Starting Wednesday, a citywide lockdown will be in place in an effort to control the spread.
We want to be able to do that for 10 days, and we want only folks to come out for essential purposes.
In New York City, Mayor Bill de Blasio is warning New Yorkers that the numbers point to the city being declared an orange zone soon after the holiday. Right now, the city's weekly infection rate is 3.02%, which means if that number holds, the Big Apple could turn orange as early as November 30th.
That will happen soon after Thanksgiving, probably the first week of December.
State metrics dictate New York City would enter an orange zone if its weekly infection rate is above 3% for 10 consecutive days, and there are 10 or more new daily cases per 100,000 residents on a weekly average. An orange city would mean no more indoor dining, with outdoor dining closing at 10 p.m. and limited to 4 people per table. Private gatherings would be limited to 10 people, houses of worship limited to 25 people, and non-essential businesses like gyms, hair, and nail salons would also have to close. And Governor Cuomo says he is hopeful not all of New York City will have to turn orange and that certain neighborhoods can be spared by basing those closures off of microclusters. We're live on the West Side. Christina Fan, CBS 2 News.